For me and many other people who were booked to fly on Qatar Airways, there was an 11th hour agreement among the baggage handlers working for Donata, which handles Qatar Airways, and that strike was called off at the 11th hour, as I say, yesterday. And what we have today is a strike by members of the Unite Union who are belonging to Menzies Aviation, and they handle 10 airlines, some really big ones among those: American Airlines, Air Canada, Lufthansa of Germany, Aer Lingus of Ireland and Qantas of Australia. Now the airline says this is going to cause serious disruption to travel. That's from the union. If you talk to the employers, Menzies Aviation, they say that they've got contingency plans in place, and I've spoken to Heathrow, who say they are not expecting any cancellations as a result. But the big worry for people, particularly if, for example, you were planning to fly to Qatar for the World Cup on an airline such as Lufthansa or indeed on Egypt Air, is that there could be hold-ups. We've seen, and of course GBNews has reported on this during the summer, an awful lot of problems with baggage, and that is simply involving staff who were working normally. So subtract 350 baggage handlers and that doesn't look great. However, as I say, the airport, the employers stress that they have contingency plans in place. And certainly from previous ground handling strikes I've covered, what tends to happen is that the employers will get managers in from a number of other airport bases, and they will do their best. But of course, you can't make up for the great experience and sheer hard work of baggage handlers at Heathrow.
But just to reiterate some good news then, Simon, that Qatar Airways itself, which obviously is the state carrier for the World Cup, their ground handling agents, we understand, will probably be working normally.
Yes, I mean, the strike itself began just at 4 a.m. today. It continues until 4 a.m. on Monday. But yes, Donata staff, they reached their employers reached with the union a last-ditch pay agreement, and so they have called off that strike. However, there is still one going ahead. It will not, though, affect Qatar Airways nor Emirates or indeed Singapore Airlines and other major airlines. The main ones are the 10 that have been quoted before. So that's Lufthansa, Swiss, Austrian Airlines, TAP Portugal, Aer Lingus, American Airlines and Air Canada, plus Qantas of Australia. Those are the airlines where you are advised to check with your airline before you travel. But all the airlines I've checked with say, yep, everything's going normally. We shall see once kind of first contact with reality begins, which will be probably in a few hours' time. And of course, going into an extremely busy weekend in terms of the World Cup. This is when all the Wales fans, the England fans are heading across to Qatar, and I will be there myself, I hope, flights willing, tomorrow, and to welcome them and to see the atmosphere in Qatar. Obviously a very controversial tournament, but that's an entirely different story.
More on that controversy to come on the programme. Just very quickly, before you let you go, Simon, do you ever check your bag in, or is it always carry on?
Always carry on, never ever, if you can possibly avoid it, check your bag in, because my goodness me, you never know where it's going to turn up. 99% of the time it's going to be okay, but you have to assume anything you've got in your checked baggage you will never see again.